Good morning, friends. I, Dr. V. M. Tidke, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, welcomes you all. Let us begin our studies of decision science. Today, we are going to start for unit number 1, that is linear programming problem. So, let us try to learn the introduction to linear programming problem. Friends, so, at the end of the session, every student will be able to understand the introduction to linear programming problem, formulation of LPP model, and steps in LPP model formulation. So, let us try to develop our understanding. Linear programming problem. Friends, it is a combination of word called linear programming and problem. So let us try to understand them. Number 1, linear. Linear means a mathematical expression of the type a1x1 plus a2x2 plus dash 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 an xn, where a1 a2 up to an are the constants and x1 x2 x3 are the variables. Number 2, programming. Programming refers to the process of determining a particular program or plan of action. And number 3, linear programming problem, which is nothing but a technique for optimizing the linear function of variables which are subject to certain set of limitations in the form of constraints or restrictions. I will give you a situation and you will understand. Friends, अगर आप किसी कंपनी के मार्केटिंग मैनेजर हो और आपकी कंपनी आपको कहती है कि आवर कंपनी हैज 3 प्रोडक्ट्स A, B and C and our market is spread among us 5 different states. और समझो प्रोडक्ट A को अगर आप बेचते हो तो यू गेट अ प्रॉफिट ऑफ ₹5 पर यूनिट, प्रोडक्ट B को ₹10 per unit and product C को ₹9 per unit. Secondly, the cost of production for product A is, let us say, 20, for B it is 25 and for C it is 19. And thirdly, the maximum demand of product A and B and C among the 5 states mentioned are given to you. Then, being a marketing manager, you will be expected to develop a strategy by which your maximum product of A, B and C would get sold in the different states, whereby your profits would be maximum. So, when you are being provided with such an information, you have to develop a strategy, and for developing or solving such kind of problems, you can use linear programming problem. Okay, moving further, how to formulate these LPP models. For doing the same, we need to understand the terminology of LPP. So, number 1, objective function, which is also mentioned with the word called Z. An objective function is simply a linear relationship which reflects the objective of any operation. Say for example, in our case, as we have been told to find out the combination of sales of unit A, B and C to make sure that profit should be maximum. So in that particular case, our objective function would be to maximize the profit. Many a times in the LPP formulation, the objective function is either to maximize the profits or either to minimize the cost. Number 2, decision variables. In this case, the decision variable are nothing but the variables whose value you are in interest of. For example, in our case, as we have been told to identify the total number of units of A, B and C across the states to identify with a view to maximum the profit of a company, then the unit of A to be sold, unit of B to be sold and unit of C to be sold are nothing but the decision variables of our case. And thirdly, constraint. A constraint is a linear relationship which represents a restrictions onto the decision making. In our case, we have been told that the cost of production for A, B and C is given. Secondly, the maximum demand of product A, B and C across various states is also given. So we cannot use more funds than what we are having, and secondly we cannot sell more number of units than what is the demand of the market. So they would be posing the restrictions onto the decision or the strategy that we are going to formulate. So when we are combining all these informations in a linear model, we call that model to be a linear programming problem model. Okay, moving further, let us try to learn the steps in LPP formulation. It is a 6-step process. Starting with, you have to define the objective. Many a times the objectives are either to minimize something or either to maximize something. Number 2, define the decision variables. Thirdly, write the objective function. Number 4, write the constraint equations. Fifthly, write the non-negativity condition, and lastly, write the LPP model. Here, you need to note that the constraints equation can be of greater than or equal to type, or equal to type, or less than or equal to type as per the requirement. I hope you have understood the video, and simply now you are in a position to understand what exactly a LPP is. So LPP simply is a development of linear equation based problems which are having one problem as an objective and other constraint equations are the limitations, and by using that problem you can better make the business related decisions. I hope you have understood the video. Then try to do a small exercise. List down any 5 areas or situations in business wherein linear programming problem can be used for making the decisions. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any doubts to be asked, you can contact me on mentioned details. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you. Have a nice time.